Okay, so doing a recap from the previous videos or previous information provided, we have two variables, two functions, one global variable. We were explaining this function. We went on until here, where we established the console log, so you were able to understand the fetch function. Now that we have the information that we really wanted, we want to display that information. Before going into the chart.js library documentation and implementation, uh, we want to know, or we really want to establish what we really want to do. Right now, we want to divide the probability and the country ID. We want to establish two arrays that will be itself the core information that will be represented through that graph. So right here, we are establishing or organizing the information. As you may remember from the JSON promise, we obtained an array which contain the information inside a dictionary. So we need to establish the length of that array because we had an extra data. We sliced that information. We took out that additional information that we did not consider necessary. So right here, what we are just doing is we're using those results or organizing the information on the way it was previously presented. It doesn't mean that it should be the same way all the time. It depends on the way that data is presented, and we must analyze that part. Now we're taking the results, and no worries, we're going to see what our console logs provide. No problem on that side again. But we're doing a over the results section. We are traversing every element of it in order to get the information from the country ID. As you may remember, or you will see, is categorized under that information in the dictionary and the probability. So from that element, we're going to get that information, and it will be parsed or established in these variables. So once again, I'm going, before showing you what this does, I want to provide you also an explanation on the next actions, or what our other variables, or in this case our other functions, are doing. This is just a simple function, the one that says display name. The idea of this function is that as soon as the customer or the client place its name on the input section and clicks on the button, they are able to display the name that they place. For example, if I place John, I want to see the name John. That is just to provide some insights, or we just want to understand the flow of the information that is going through. And later we're going to change that for our chart and for the display on our map. But for the experiment, we are right here changing it into a paragraph that is called enter name. And you will see that this arrow function will just work with as a one-liner. So we're getting the element by ID, the document object, and we're changing its inner HTML with the name of the variable that is entering into this function. That is our argument. And you will see the implementation right here. Again, we're using the document object to get the button itself. So we have right here the button. And we're adding event listener for the click. Every time that we do click this action, we are triggering our function but what are we triggering on or in which specific order? We are triggering the display name section, which is the action of changing the the paragraph right here, and then we are retrieving the data for what our fetch function is doing and for the action of organizing the information of the fetch function. Now let's see the console log for all of these results. Okay, we are now again in our browser section. You will see once again, so just to recap, uh, in our display data section we have this paragraph that changes with the entry of the data that was implemented in the function called display name. And in our console we will see the results. So we have again the JSON promise. You will see our data, the way it is displayed. So it goes from an array from index 0 to number 4. That's what we see here. And after doing or organizing our data, here is what we really wanted to establish, or what we really wanted to get. You will see that the information changes a little bit right here. It's just a simple detail as slicing the information or the array. That is the main or the key difference between both. Then I'm displaying you what country ID, which is established right here. This is a country code. I don't know which of what it represents, that country code. So let's do the word Hong Kong. Okay, and the probability. That is the result of each interaction. That will be for the last interaction. Is just an example, and so that will be the last probable iteration of the for each section. So yeah, right here we established, or we were able to see what our two first functions are doing. And next, we're going to see how we're going to display this data. Thank you.